Hey bitches, welcome back to Unlicensed and Unbothered. So, today's episode isn't really about you guys. Well, it kind of is, but it's
Hmm.
actually about someone in our lives. So, it's one of our really, really good friends' mothers. She was at her old job for years, like
Hmm.
years and years, right? She was super well respected. Everyone looked up to her. She knew everyone, right? And she basically
Everyone.
built, yeah, so many things from scratch, right? So like systems, exams, process, like loads of different things, right? And she got to a point where she was like, I've done what I can do here and I'm ready for something new, right? So she takes on this new role, right?
Exactly. And instead of being like fresh start, new chapter, she ends up dealing with this one obnoxious, annoying,
Mhm.
disruptive woman at the new job who just doesn't vibe with her. You can tell by like her mother telling us, our friend's mother telling us, we're gonna call her Jessica, okay?
Mm.
So Jessica was telling us, and the other girl, the bitch, we're gonna call her the bitch. The bitch clearly seemed very jealous of
Yeah.
Jessica. Threatened that, like, oh, because basically she took her job. She was like threatened. She's making it really hard for Jessica to settle in. It's like every time she shares an idea, this woman, the bitch, takes it personally for some reason.
I I can't even explain it. Like it's so frustrating because
Hmm.
basically her mum came in with all this experience, like loads of creativity. She was like, I've got loads of new ideas. I'm going to
Very
build
smart as well.
yeah, I'm gonna build this, her job,
Mm.
her, I don't know, her company, whatever, from
Mm.
scratch, right? She's gonna make it big because that's what she did for her previous job, right? But instead
Exactly.
of being welcomed, she's basically being treated like she's a problem.
And that's the thing, right? It's not just her. I feel like so many people go through this when they start somewhere new. You could be amazing at what you do, but the minute you walk into a new space, a new job, suddenly you're the outsider. Sorry,
Mhm.
you're the outsider and you're dealing with other people's insecurities, and it kind of relates to, I call it kindergarten. People are like, "Oh, it's like high school." I feel like they behave a lot like kindergarteners.
Honestly, like it's it's so bad because no matter how good you are, I feel like there's always someone who feels like your presence is threatening, right? So,
Hmm.
it happens in jobs, it happens at uni, it happens in friend groups and school, like in different areas in your life, right? Someone new comes in, and instead of
Hmm.
thinking, cool, what can I learn from them, right? What can they bring to the table? People just get really, really defensive.
Exactly. And then that starts to raise the question. Do you think when you come into a new space, you should have to prove yourself again from scratch? Or should respect just be given until you actually do something to lose it?
It's really bad because I feel like it should be the second one, right?
Mm,
But in reality, it's usually always the first one.
unfortunately.
People make you start from zero, even if you've already done the work somewhere else.
And even like when you worked hard for that position and you've been hired for that exact position, which is honestly just wild because some people who are jealous will literally twist everything you do, will have a vendetta against you. You share an idea, suddenly you're trying too hard. You hold back, you know, then you're not contributing. Like, you can't win. And it gets to a point where you're annoyed and you just want to quit.
Mm. And then you're stuck making that choice. Do you confront it or do you
Hmm.
just stay focused and let your work speak for itself?
Exactly. So, our friend Jessica,
Our friend's
she is
mom.
handling. Sorry, I say I call her Jessica.
Oh, okay, okay. But you said our friend. Okay, maybe Jessica is also our friend. Yeah, sure.
No, our friend's mom is Jessica.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Wait, okay.
You
No, because
said
I
you said
named her.
our friend
No.
Jessica.
Oh, sorry. No, our mom's friend's Jessica. Our mom's friend.
It's okay.
No, our friend's mom, Jessica. Sorry.
Um,
Guys, please, please, okay? You know that I've been doing exams and my brain is fried. Literally, it's it's been a month. It's been a month. So calm down.
okay.
So Jessica, as we would like to call her, that's not her real name, but we don't want to be outing her, you know.
Mhm,
So she's handling it honestly very gracefully,
mhm.
much better than me and
Real.
Diva, because we would confront. Like, she's not shrinking herself, she's just doing her job. But it makes you think about how often people in those situations end up dimming their light just to make other people around you comfortable.
Yeah, and I think that's the worst part because if you keep shrinking yourself, when does it ever really end, right? Because
Exactly.
people will always find a reason to make you feel like you don't belong.
Exactly. And that's why it's such a universal thing. We've all been in a space where someone just didn't want us there. No matter what we did, who we are, they just don't want us there. And unfortunately, that is part of our lives.
Yeah. So today's conversation is about that, right? So it's about jealousy.
Mm.
It's about how hard it is to walk into new spaces and about the bigger question, which is how do you protect your energy while still showing up as yourself? Okay. Let me tell you a bit about her situation first. So, she was at her previous job for about like 17 years, 18, like quite a lot of years.
A long time,
And
a long time.
yeah, really, really long time. She was extremely well decorated in what she did. Like there's a lot of things she introduced and it was implemented like throughout the country. Like, she's had a lot of impact in terms of like the sector where her job is, right? But she goes into this new job, and this lady, this annoying
I do, but I
lady.
already I called her a bitch, so you can call her a bitch too.
Okay, this bitch, right? She tells her, right? She names one of the things that her mum introduced. And she's like, "Oh, I don't know if you ever heard of this, but I'm in charge of this in this school." Mind you, her mum, right, introduced it into the country like 10 years ago, is best friends with the people that like host it, right? Like the CEO, the founder of it.
The founder of it.
Yeah.
Guys, Jessica is fucking smart. She is a smart lady. She
Yeah.
knows what she's doing. She
She
she's
gets
also good at her job.
she is
Like,
really fucking good at her job. Her thing is, I've got a goal. I'm gonna reach that
I'm
goal.
gonna
I'm gonna do it, you
exactly.
know? She honestly, I refer to her as a boss bitch because that's exactly what
Oh,
she
she's
is.
a motherfucking boss bitch. And
Yeah.
just a little side, because you're like, oh, why are you talking about? She's our one of her best friend's mom, and she basically saw the both of us grow up.
Yeah.
So
She gave us
we,
permission to talk about this, by the way. So
yeah, yeah.
just need
So
to make that
back
clear.
off. Let
Yeah.
us be.
Yeah, and maybe she can listen to this and, feel a bit better. But,
Exactly.
continuing, right? This lady's like, "Oh, have you ever heard about it? Well, I'm in charge, so you can't do it." And, she told us about this. And I was just like, right, there's not much you can say because she seems like an arrogant fuck, right?
Hmm.
So, but what you can do is show her just how good you are at what you do. Now, you don't have to go and tell her, right, well, I've won this, this, and this. I've done this, this, and this. I've got these awards. You just, when it's time, you pull up with, your resources.
Credentials.
Yeah, yo, exactly. And then you show her
Sorry,
exactly why
mic fell.
you're the person that heads it in, the country that you're in, right? And then she's
Exactly.
done she's done loads of other things, right? She's like, "Oh, everyone loves me. Like practically like everyone wants to be me, except this lady is married to her work, right? She's like
There's nothing wrong with that, but then there's a point.
No, there
There's
is a point. She's okay. So Nuha and I are of a certain age, and we are, we're adults at this point, right? Her children
unfortunately, guys,
are,
unfortunately.
yeah, her children are a lot older than us. She's like old, right? She's
Yeah.
so all I can think about is, babe, after a while, I feel like you can, you're practically at retirement age. Why are you
Yeah.
so tied into your work? You're still an employee. You're not the CEO. You're not getting paid an insane amount. Like,
She's
literally.
acting like she's the principal when
Yeah,
she's not.
yeah, like the CEO of the company. And I'm like, babe, you're really not. But Jessica goes in and she's been hired to be this lady's boss. This lady fights and fights. She literally puts Jessica's title of her job in her LinkedIn bio.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So this the bitch is on her LinkedIn, half her accomplishments are false because
Yeah.
half her accomplishments are actually Jessica's accomplishments,
It's
right?
it's
And it's
insane because a lot of it, like, and it's not just that it's fake on LinkedIn. It's she's been lying about it for so long, she believes it, and she
it's a
tells,
persona that she has
yeah,
made.
and she tells everyone that, oh, I've done this, I've done that, except Jessica. A lot of the things that she's done, Jessica's like, I don't think you've done that, babe, because I introduced it into this country. I have done this. I have done that. Or I have worked with the people that have done it. And I full well know that I've never once even seen you in like a workshop related
Exactly.
to this. So who the hell are
Exactly.
you? Who are you? But okay. We digress. She's a crazy bitch. But that's
Crazy.
that's that's what she's going through right now, right? And honestly, it just made me think.
Wait, before you continue,
Mm,
I have a little like assumption because the bitch is always like, "Oh, everyone loves me." I have a feeling everybody hates her.
mm,
I have a feeling everybody hates her because she's all high and mighty. And I literally told Jessica, I was literally telling her, be careful on what you say and what you not say because she will twist. She seems like someone who will twist your words. A lie
Yeah,
will always come out. A lie will always come out. So just seek it through. Go contact the principal, which I think Jessica has done. Very
yeah.
proud of her.
Like, no, because um Jessica, what she did was she spoke to like her boss, and she was like, "Hey, this is happening. Um but I don't really have, you know, actual evidence because I can't really tell you because a lot of the things she says are when she undermines
Very
me. She says it,
condescending.
yeah, when she says it in such a way where a lot of people are like, oh, but that's just the way she behaves. That's just who she is. That's just the way she talks. But I feel like, okay, even putting her issues aside, we've spoken to you guys about this so many times, right? You don't need to put things aside.
Yeah.
You don't need to just say, oh, okay, that's fine. You can have your boundaries. You're allowed to have your boundaries and decide, okay, I'm fine with this. I'm not fine with this. You're allowed to tell people, right, I don't care if that's how you speak. You need to fix yourself because we are people in a
Stand up
professional
for
setting.
yourself.
Exactly. Even if it's not a professional setting, even if it's friends, you have the right to set those boundaries and say, right, I don't respect the way you're speaking to me right now. I'm not comfortable. This needs to change. Otherwise, we need to do something about it.
This whole thing is honestly, it just reminded me of like kindergarten, middle school drama.
Real. And, you know, as getting back to what I was saying, but like this made me, think how many of us have been in that exact position just in different ways, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, like maybe not necessarily at work, but in a new class or a new social circle, or even moving to a new city, you walk in wanting to grow, wanting to
Yeah.
contribute, wanting to make friends. And instead of being welcomed, someone is feeling threatened and everything goes downhill.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't think this is just about her only.
Hmm.
It happens everywhere.
It
Anytime
does.
you walk into a new space, right? You bring, this history, your skills, your confidence, your knowledge. And sometimes that alone is enough to trigger someone else's insecurities.
Exactly. It's not even about wanting, like, sorry, not even about what to do sometimes. It's just existing in your own lane, doing your work, or even just being comfortable in yourself can feel like a threat to somebody who's unsettled in their own skin.
Yeah, and that's really where the test, the real test comes in. Because do you shrink yourself so other people don't feel uncomfortable? Or
Mm,
do you stand tall, knowing that your
yeah,
presence alone is enough to, I don't know, shake things up?
yeah. It's honestly, it is tough because when you're the one being targeted by jealousy, it does feel personal. You start overthinking, you start wondering if you should just tone yourself down, be less ambitious, or honestly just play small. But in all honesty, just sorry guys, I don't know what's going on with me today. But jealousy says way more about the person than it does about you.
Right, and I can't even think about, like, sorry, how do I say this, right? I think
Mm,
of, it's like a trap that people fall into, and it's the idea of like
mm,
trying to manage other people's perception, right? And
yeah,
you honestly, you can't do that. You can't control how they see you, but
yeah.
you can decide how much of their energy you let into your life. And I feel like that's where boundaries come in?
Exactly. Boundaries. Boundaries are how you protect your energy because respect doesn't always look like being everyone's favorite? Respect can also be quiet. It's knowing you're solid where you stand, even if people don't clap for you. You don't know, but a lot of people might just respect you,
Yeah.
but are quiet about it.
Yeah, and this isn't really only about jobs, right? So you can think
Mm,
about it in friend groups or maybe like
yeah.
family dynamics, right? Anywhere
Hmm.
people gather, insecurities show up, right? It's unavoidable, and sometimes you don't even really have
Yeah.
to say a word, right? Like the progress you've made, or like your ideas, or like I mentioned, your confidence can
Yeah.
be enough to rub someone the wrong way.
And like, which brings up something big.
Hmm.
It's honestly not your responsibility to make other people comfortable with your growth, guys. If they feel threatened with your accomplishments, that's their work to do. That's their dilemma. If you start dimming yourself just to fit into their comfort zone, you are betraying your own potential because you know you probably can do so much more.
Yeah, and here's the thing, guys, right? So people don't usually get jealous of those who aren't capable, right? So
Yeah.
if someone feels the need to tear you down, it's probably because you're doing something right. Like you're standing out in a way that
Mhm.
they wish that they could?
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. And I think the shift we all need to make is from chasing approval to start building self-trust. Approval is external. It comes and it goes, but self-trust is internal, and that's what makes keeping you grounded, like when jealousy or insecurity comes flying at you.
And that's the real question, right? So, how do you protect your energy while still showing up as yourself, right? How do you stay rooted enough that other people's projections don't shake you?
Because at the end of the day, shrinking yourself doesn't serve anyone. Not you, not the people who look up at you, not the space you're in. And when you keep showing up authentically, it's it's like giving permission for others to do the same.
So, while we're talking about this, right, let's flip it back to you guys for a second. Because,
Hmm.
jealousy, energy, and just boundaries, it's not
Yeah,
just something that happens to other people. Like, we've all been on one side of it or the other.
exactly. So sometimes the hardest part is just being honest with yourself. So here's a few questions we want you to think about while you're listening.
Okay, so have you ever felt like someone else's confidence or success made you shrink yourself a little bit?
Or, on the flip side, have you ever caught yourself feeling jealous and instead of admitting it, you turned it into dislike for that person?
What boundaries did you set or avoid setting when someone's energy feels heavy or draining?
And maybe the biggest one yet, are you protecting your peace or are you too busy trying to manage how other people see you?
And I feel like these questions, even Nuha and I can relate to so much because it's I think a lot of these things are just a part of being human, right? You
Hmm.
people feel jealous. People always want more, right? You see someone that is technically maybe doing better than you or more is progressing better than you and you're like, "Oh, I wish that was me." But okay, if any of those really hit or like they make you feel something, sit with it for a while, right? And if you
Hmm.
want, write to us about it because I feel like
Yeah.
we'd love to hear, like we've mentioned before, we'd love to hear how you navigate this in your own life.
Yeah, send us your stories because if there's one thing we've learned, it's that these situations feel personal, but they're also universal. And talking about it makes it lighter.
Hmm.
So, if you want, you can either message us directly or submit a form to you asked for this. You can either send me a link. Sorry, not send me a link. Send us a text or submit a form and we'll answer. And guys, unfortunately, this episode is coming to an end. But I know you guys will come back.
You guys always do, and we'll be right here waiting for you. Consider this your new addiction. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.